All right, Pickle. It's time to roll out the Week 10 Dave Campbell's Texas Football Associated Press Texas High School Football Rankings. Of course, we're the official rankings provider of the Associated Press. These are the Texas High School Football Rankings of record. And you may remember previously on the rankings reveal, you may remember that not a whole lot of movement last week, right? You may remember the word chalky came to mind. Mm-hmm. I will tell you, obviously, because of a huge Week 9, some shakeups across the state of Texas. Let's start with the Class 6A rankings, where Atascocita, with their loss to North Shore, tumbles one spot to number 5. South Lake Carroll moves up a spot to number 4. The big drop here is Lake Travis. Lake Travis loses to Austin Westlake. They drop from 6 to number 16. As a result, everyone kind of nudges up. Your new top 10, Duncanville, North Shore, North Crowley, South Lake Carroll, Atascocita, DeSoto, Summer Creek, Allen, Coppell, and Fulshear are your top 10. Prosper drops from number 11 or 15 to number 21 with their loss to Allen. Allen, by the way, is up to number 8 in the state. Keep an eye on them. Pearland, number 24, drops out of the rankings with their loss to Shadow Creek. Shadow Creek nudges up a spot in their place. And back into the rankings, the Vandergrift Vipers, quietly 7-1. With a 38-13 win over Hutto. So 6A gets a little bit of a makeover there at the top. To 5A we go. In 5A Division 1, let's go to work here. Frisco Lone Stars shocking loss to Frisco Wakeland in overtime, drops them from number 2 to number 9. As a result, everyone kind of nudges up. Your new number 2 team in the state is A&M Consolidated. College Station back into the top 5. Lufkin jumps up 2 spots with their win over Port Arthur Memorial to number 7. Back are new to the rankings. How about the 8-0 Corpus Christi Flower Bluff Hornets? Big winners over Donna North. They are 8-0 on the year. They are now the number 8 team in the state. Richland, their 49-42 loss to number 1 Aledo. We kept them at number 10. Obviously, taking Aledo to overtime impressed us pretty significantly. So number 8 Galveston Ball crashes out of the rankings with their loss this weekend to Barbers Hill. 5A Division 2. Totally upside down, including a new number 1 team in the state. The South Oak Cliff Golden Bears are the number 1 team in 5A Division 2 after Port Neches Groves is lost to Nederland. They drop to number 9. Right behind, newly ranked Nederland at number 8 in the state, thanks to their win over PNG. They are now 7-1 in the year and the 8th ranked team in the state, just behind Brenham at number 7, who jumps 3 spots with their win over Killeen Ellison. Lubbock, Cooper, and Lovejoy crash out of the rankings, making room for the aforementioned Nederland, as well as Iowa Colony, 7-1 on the year. They beat Fort Bend Marshall 35-21 to vault back into the top 10 in 5A Division 2. So, to recap, your 5A Division 2 top 10, South Oak Cliff, Alamo Heights, Texas High, Argyle, Richmond Randall, Liberty Hill, Brenham, Nederland, PNG, and Iowa Colony, a new look 5A Division 2 rankings. Speaking of new look, let's go to 4A. 4A got a makeover specifically in the bottom half. San Antonio Davenport lunges up 2 spots to number 7. Kilgore up 2 spots to number 8. Longview Pine Tree, nice winners over Chapel Hill. They are up to number 7. Bay City, their big win over El Campo, vaults them up to number 10. Sulphur Springs, new to the rankings, they're at number 9 with a win over Nevada Community. El Campo drops from number 5 to number 10 with their loss to Bay City. And Canyon Randall crashes out with their loss to Canyon West Plains. 4A Division 2 also had a little bit of chaos. Gilmer's loss to Pleasant Grove tumbles them from number 3 to number 9. As a result, everybody nudges up, including Pleasant Grove, up 2 spots to number 7 in the state. Wimberley now up to number 6. Graham up to number 5 with their big game this week against Brock. Keep an eye on that one. Sinton now the number 3 team in the state. Your top 5 in 4A Division 2, Carthage, Brock, Sinton, Seminole, and Graham. New to the rankings as Robinson crashes out with their loss to Waco La Vega. The Belleville Brahmas back into the rankings with a 60-0 win over Giddings. They're 5-3 on the year. To 3A we go. 3A Division 1, we have a new number 1 team in the state. The Malakoff Tigers grabbed the number 1 spot in the 3A Division 1 rankings with their win over Emory Reigns. They are 8-0. Hitchcock vaults up 2 spots to number 3 with their overtime win over Columbus. Columbus falls from number 1 to number 4, just behind Hitchcock. Edna nudges up 2 spots with their win over Goliad. Palestine Westwood, after an eventful week last week, they do beat Tig. They are up to number 5 in the state. Jefferson up to number 6. Liberty Shiloh up to number 7, Winsboro up to number 8, and 2 newly ranked teams as Bushland and Goliad crash out of the rankings. Bushland, surprising loss to Shallowater. Number 9, the Franklin Lions. They're back. Big winners over McGregor. They're 5-2 on the year. And Shallowater, now the number 10 team in the state after their stunning win over Bushland. 3A Division II was a little bit more chalky, although Blanco's win over Lexington shakes things up a little bit. Lexington tumbles from number 4 to number 9 with the loss. Wichita Falls City View loses to Holiday, and as a result, Holiday grabs the number 10 spot in the rankings. Your top 10 now in 3A Division II: Gunner, East Bernard, Poth, New Diana, Wall, Grand Saline, still undefeated, Newton, Jacksboro, Lexington, and Holiday. To 2A we go. 2A Division I is essentially unchanged with the exception of one move. Sunray vaults Ganado for the number 3 spot in the 2A Division I rankings. Their win over Panhandle, awfully impressive. Panhandle falls 1 spot to number 8. Mason up a spot to number 7 in their place. So your top 10 now: Stamford, Refugio, Sunray, Ganado, Hawley, Honeygrove, Mason, Panhandle, Corsicana, Mildred, and Hamilton. To 2A Division II we go, where there's only one real change. Ropes loses. They are out of the rankings as a result. And into their place, Shiner moves up a spot to number 9. And new to the rankings, have you heard the good news about the Eagles of Junction? 7-1 on the year. Winners over Dehanus, 54-3. Keep an eye on those Eagles. Your top 5 remains unchanged: Mart, Collinsville, Munster, Albany, and Groover. To the 6-man ranks we go, where 6-man did decide to behave a little bit. We did make one move here. Aquila now 9-0 on the year. They vault Happy to grab the number 7 spot in the state with their win over Penelope. They're now 9-0 on the year. The top 5 remains unchanged in 1A Division I: Gordon, Abbott, Whiteface, May, and Buena Vista. To 1A Division II we go, where Blanket crashes out of the rankings with their loss to Zephyr. Top 8 remained unchanged, but Whit Harrell moves up a spot to number 9 despite being idle. And new to the rankings, the Bulldogs of Zephyr, now the number 10 team in the state with their win over previously unbeaten Blanket. There, 7-1 on the year. Your top 5 in 1A Division II remains unchanged: Jayton, Richland Springs, Oglesby, Motley County, and Benjamin. And to the private school ranks we go, where there is exactly nothing to see here. Everyone was a winner in the private school ranks. In the 11-man ranks, your top 5: San Antonio Holy Cross, Argyle Liberty Christian, Fort Worth All Saints, Dallas First Baptist, and Houston Kincaid. And in the 6-man ranks, it is Houston Emory Weiner, Pasadena First Baptist, Fredericksburg Heritage, Corpus Christi Annapolis, and Wichita Christian are your top 5 in the private school ranks. So an eventful week of Texas high school football with an eventful set of rankings. And now we'll see what Week 10 has in store. But there it is, your Week 10 Dave Campbell's Texas Football Associated Press Texas high school football rankings. You can find those at texasfootball.com/rankings.